Okay, so try to stay with me on this one. This one's a little bit funky, but kind of cool. I want to show you this one here. We're going to do two different kind of new things here. So again, stay with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, outside of this paragraph text, I don't want to necessarily keep styling this thing here. For what I want to do next is apply to something that's in the entire background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a div tag. Now a div tag is when I don't have like a paragraph or something to apply a style within, as I do there. I can just create something called a div tag, div, and just like every other tag, it opens and closes the same exact way. Let's say I just want to wrap it around there like that. So what I can do is apply a style within my div tag. Now it's just a holder, just a container. It's all a div tag is, and they're very commonly used throughout any HTML file that's using CSS to build it. So again, I've got my div tag on the outside here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new style. I'm going to call it background image. Now I just kind of abbreviate it by saying BG, and then I do what's called camel case, so like a next word, will start with an initial cap. It just makes it a little bit easier to read here. So that one's going to be called BG image. And with all my styles, I open with a curly bracket, and I close it with a curly bracket. And for what I'm going to do is add a background image within my document that I can put text on top of. So a background image is kind of cool. You can do a lot of different things with it. We'll apply just a couple styles to it. So we'll say background. And now I have to define a couple different things, kind of like we did with our border. We have a couple different options we can do within background. And we can say the URL to that image. Now I just saved it onto my desktop. It does not have to be an actual like www kind of URL. It's just what is the path to that image. So I say within parentheses, quote, and I called a file sky.jpg on my desktop, which is right next to this document, and I can give it a couple other attributes if I want. Like I said, kind of like the border where I can apply other attributes. I can say, how do I want the background image to center within the page? I can say, do it to the top and center. And I can also say, do I want this image to repeat? Do I want it to repeat just on an x-axis? Do I want it to repeat on a y-axis? Or do I not want it to repeat at all? In this case, I have a nice large image that I'd like to apply of a sky, and I can just say no repeat. And add my semicolon there. And so now I've created the style, but I've not applied it anywhere. So I want to apply that background image style within my div tag. So just like my paragraph tag down there, I want to say class equals, within quotes, background image, no period, just background image, and save my document. And if I come back to my browser, where did you go, browser? There you are. All right, now if I hit refresh, I have got the entire height of this document. I've got an image that fell behind it. Now, as you can see here, only the sample text was confined to that width of 400, so that will run the entire width of the area. And it actually confines itself height-wise because there's been no height defined here, just up and down. It just says, well, however big this text is. It's as big as I'm going to go. But I brought in that image and I've put text on top of it, so it's really kind of a cool thing. To get a little bit more advanced, you can probably do this on top of video as well. There's other ways to do that using CSS. There's things called parallax where you can have the image stay put and the text will move on top of it. All sorts of really cool things you can do, but again, this is the basics. This is adding an image. This could be a gradient. This could be a solid color. You can do all different things with it, but adding a background image is such a cool thing in CSS.